Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Lefty Live. Hope you guys are having a good night. It is Thursday, baby. Friday Eve, July 30th. July 30th. What's going on? I wasn't too late. Trying not to keep everybody awake in here screaming. 10 p.m. here, good time to make a mug of coffee. Hell yeah, top dog. That's the best way to make sure you sleep, is to drink some coffee, right? Anybody get a Thunderbird V today? Did they drop today? I do have one right here, actually. I heard they lost a shipment or whatever. I think I unboxed this on another live stream. Still haven't gotten to a video on it. I have a few things I need to still get to. Here's the knife. Very cool milling pattern on it. Comes with a challenge coin, I guess you call it. 4th anniversary coin. Pretty cool, right? Pretty nice. This is a what? Anchor lock, Vanker lock. Yeah. Not my favorite lock, just because I'm left-handed. I feel like the pivot locks are not the best for lefties. They do work pretty well right-handed, though. So if you're a righty, I understand why you would like these pivot locks. But left-handed, like, it's hard to not, like, you got to find a spot where you don't touch it, because even though you don't really depress it much, just touching it will kind of jack up the detent on these. This one's pretty good, though. They tucked that in there pretty well. So she said. But yeah, Thunderbird V. I will say, design-wise, not necessarily my favorite design style, but definitely can appreciate this bad boy. And I really do dig that milling pattern. The different deployments are pretty cool, too. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Cormorant. Was this one designed by who designed the Cormorant? Isn't it you? You designed the Cormorant, right? He's the guy who started Bostede. But I think he had another name, right? Wasn't his name like Dr. EDC or something originally? It doesn't say on here, which probably tells you it is. It does have this interesting Thunderbird lightning thing going on. And it says Ferrum Seer. It deciphers the pattern into order. I don't know what that means. Like, is there supposed to be some kind of pattern on the knife? I tried this, I think, in the last live stream, and I could not figure out what the heck was going on with this thing. So if anybody knows, let me know. There's just a cloth. It looks like this packet under there. Wonder if there's like $1 million in here. No? Damn. Unfortunately not. Very nicely packaged, though. They give you a really good presentation on this one. No Thunderbird for me, too expensive. How much were they? What size is that new Thunderbird wiener? The V1 size, the V2 size, or the V3 size? They were all different. Wait, they had that many Thunderbird Vs? This one's the one I remember. I think it's just the standard size. It says number 12 of 250, Bostede, M390. It looks like a 3.5-inch blade to me. Thunderbird V. Dual satin, bead blast, gray titanium handle. Doesn't give a size, but I think it's 3.5. Here's a tall boy. Yep, 3.5 inches. So is that the The standard version, I guess. Damn voice to text, he says. I do have a kind of fun giveaway for you guys tonight. Oh, is this the letter that came with that? Yeah. Oh, wait, let me put it up here. I put it on the whatnot sale shelf. Be careful. If I can get a video out tomorrow, maybe I could put it there. But yeah, if you guys are not busy tomorrow night, check out Whatnot. I'll be on there at 10 o'clock like tonight. So 10:08. I'm actually pretty good at being on time on Whatnot because I feel like I have to be or I'm going to get in trouble. But I have a whole shelf of shit that's going to be for sale tomorrow. Man, it's crazy how that shelf fills up. Like I'll look at it and I'll be like, all right, there's like, 10 or 15 knives over there. I can't be doing a sale. I usually try to wait till I have like 50. And then, all of a sudden I blink and the freaking thing is like full. I think I counted like 60 the other day. So it should be a nice long live stream, lots of stuff. And the cool thing is I start every sale at $1. So no matter what the item is, it's $1. And then you guys decide how much it is. I usually try to guide people so they don't spend too much money. I never know how much people know about this stuff, or I'll ask the chat how much something is retail and then kind of base it off of that. I usually look for like 50% of retail or maybe a little bit more. But I try to make sure nobody goes near the retail price because that kind of defeats the purpose. And that way you guys get a good deal on stuff. I get some cash and all that stuff is from pass around. So the other channels in the pass around group, they were able to check out all these knives. And then the companies that sent them to me, they got a bunch of exposure from me and the other channels in the group. So it's kind of a win-win, in my opinion. But yeah, that'll be going on tomorrow at 10 p.m. So set your alarm clocks. I'll give you guys a link to it. I should probably share that more. I've never done one on a Friday night, so I'm hoping it'll still be good because I usually get a really good turnout. I've never done a Friday night. I always do Saturday, but we have a block party Saturday, and I just didn't want to deal with it that day. Let's see. Oh, now you tell me you got 0 commissions on August 7th. Could have just waited. All right, copy link. Here's the link. I'll give it to you guys. What is this exactly? All right. Whatnot. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, baby. What? I spelled tomorrow wrong? Jeez, Kev, that's pretty bad, son. Also, the giveaway for the live tonight, there's a QR code pinned up in the corner here. If you follow that over to Drop Beacon, you can sign up for the giveaway. That's for the live stream tonight. I'll pull the winner at the end of the stream. So you can, of course, check that out. Let me just pin this so you guys also have that. How do I do that? There we go. Lives. How do I do that? Listen to myself. All right. Come on. Replace pinned message. All right. So pinned at the top of the chat is the link to the Whatnot stream tomorrow. Click on that and you can save it. It'll give you a little notification when the live starts, I guess. Are you doing a perfect? Are you doing a Whatnot sale tomorrow? Yes, I am, River Rat Blades. Shout out to River Rat Blades. Thanks for asking, man. Kelly's Mishmash, what up, dude? What in the world? 20 months, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks, Kelly. Really appreciate you. Casey, driving in an RV yet? Yeah, you sell all them knives yet? Not a bad problem to have, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, I wasn't complaining. Got my growlers in today. Fantastic. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Deadhead. Shout out to the channel members. And Deadhead here, you got some growlers. Notice he said growlers with the S at the end. I have growlers as well. These are the two that I kept. And these two have already destroyed a mountain of cardboard on Thursday nights. That's the night I get to take the trash out and destroy all the cardboard from this past week. And this guy was going to work last week, and this guy took the job tonight, and I couldn't. Yeah, you really can't ask for a better cardboard cutting knife. The only thing that would make it better is if the tip was a little lower, but that would take away from the belly, which would, so this is really the only like full belly knife like this that I rock. I am definitely a sheep's foot guy. But yeah, thank you, Deadhead. Appreciate you, man. Carry Culture Collective, what up? It's Reed 18. I've gone by multiple names, but yeah, first time being here. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome. Thank you very much, man. Shit, I'll give you some fireworks. First time coming by. That's my man right there. Southern Cali EDC. What up, dude? What's crack-a-lackin', brava? Or as they say in England, bruv. Let's see. Oh, we got Casey in the house. What's up, dude? Later, Kev, and all family time before bed. Have a good one. Hell yeah, Casey. Thank you very much, sir. There's your fireworks. And look at that. I got to your comment within 3 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Now, I bet you that clip won't hold up throughout the night, but hey, what are you going to do? Oh, I'll tell you guys about the giveaway. How about that? So it's nothing, nothing crazy, but I got this flashlight from a company called Godiga. This is their RGB version of the flashlight. So it's got like a spotlight. It's got a UV light, even though that's red. I think it's UV light. And then they have an RGB in the middle. And then this is actually the button as well. It's kind of like an O clip. It has a clip in the back. It's magnetic. It's got some cool features. It's not the one with the laser finder stuff. They replaced it with the RGB and stuff. I have a short on this, and it was in my hour-and-a-half long flashlight extravaganza video from last week. Check that out if you want to see 9 new flashlights that recently came out. But giving away this, and then I'm going to give away one of the Divo mats. So I use these for the Whatnot streams. I'll probably have a couple tomorrow as well. They're on the website right now, actually. So if you guys want to get them before I sell them on the Whatnot stream or give them away or whatever, go over to divoknives.com. Under the swag section, we have the mat. I use this at my computer. I have one on my shipping station over there. I use one over here when I film Divo stuff. It looks like this. It will be clean, of course. This one's not. But this is what it looks like. It's, I think, 23.5 inches by 17 inches, something like that. It's basically perfect for my desk for a keyboard and a mouse. So it's a really good like desk setup. But you can also use it for recording your Divo videos if you're a content creator, or doing your disassembly, whatever. You figure it out, But anyway, people asked us if they could get these mats at Blade Show. They asked me on the live streams, so I thought we would oblige, and we got some extra ones this time. Of course, it turned out we used a shit ton of the ones we ordered. So I had like 10 left over. I got to see if I have any more. I have some that are not in the wrapper, but I got to make sure they're like good. They're not dirty or something. I'm not sure why they're out of the wrapper. So I might have more than that, but right now I think there's 5 left on the website, and then I'm going to give this one away tonight. So those 2 things will be the give. Actually, I'll throw this in too because it's just sitting here. This is from TacRay, and I did a video on this not too long ago. This is the TacRay Vinto 2. I think I actually somebody just bought one of the Mets. Shout out to whoever that was. Thank you. This was a giveaway I did not too long ago. I think it had titanium scales on that one. They sent me 2. This one has a seatbelt cutter here. I think it opens bottles too. It's got these little push buttons or button locks, sorry. And it's chisel ground, so you can't actually cut yourself, which is really cool. The blade is decent for being on a keychain. It's got a carabiner on it, and it's super lightweight, so you can just slap this onto your keys if you're that type of person. I am not. I am literally, I have my keys down. Do I have it on me? No. I have my keys down to just my Ford fob, and that's it. That's all I carry because I have my front door is a electronic setup. I just got a new one, which is cool. And then what else would I? Oh, P.O. box. I just keep that key in the truck. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. What else do I need keys for? Like, I don't want keys. So anyway, if I see anything else, I'll throw it in. But I got these 3 items for the giveaway tonight so far. All right. Put that over here. Cool. What the F? Get as much as you can. You got kids. No shame. I feel you, man. But I don't know. I like to make sure people don't spend too much on. I don't know. Whatever. I just like, I'm not out here for that. I want some money, of course, but I also want to be, an upstanding person. Staten Island Edge, what up, dude? Hey, Kev, quick story. I ordered a small boy, DLT my Carta, and I ordered a small boy. So you ordered a small boy, and then you ordered a small boy? Shit. Thanks, dude. What was the other one? Give him fireworks, baby. Come on. Thank you, sir. Maybe he meant Growler V3. Can you pin the link for the giveaway tonight? I did. It's up here. It's the QR code up in the corner, Justin. Just scan that QR code with your phone. Right now, I have the whatnot thing pinned. I can't pin 2 things. I'm sorry. I will do it later, though. I just want to leave up the whatnot one for a little bit. I'll do it later. If you remind me in an hour, I'll do it. TJ, what up? 5 bones. Thanks, TJ. Bob's Pocket Knives called RPM 9, Armpit 9, and it made my day. He called. Okay, sorry, I blanked. I've never heard of Bob's Pocket Knives. That sounds awesome. Is that? Maybe I have heard of him. Is that the same as Bob Tism? Did he change his name or something? Anyway, Bob's Pocket Knives called it Armpit 9. I love that. I'm going to do that. I'm stealing it. Wyvern Cody Ike. What up, dog? What's good? And Lefty and fam. Hope everyone is having a great night. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you, sir. Tip was lower. That's what she said. Motor City Nick. Yo, what up, dude? Guess you're from Detroit. Holla. James P. Manning. What up, James P? How's it going, man? Sanders G. What up? What up, G? What's cracking, G? Channel member, by the way. Shout out to all the channel members. If you guys want to join channel memberships, there's a link down there somewhere that lets you join. I think it's like, how much is it? You guys let me know. Is it $3? $5? I can't remember, but yeah, you get to join, and then you get like ball sack stickers and stuff. That's your benefit right there. You get little ball sack stickers. Are the helmet ones in there? You guys, I got to make sure you guys have the helmet stickers too. Little retard in the helmet sticker. It's supposed to be me, by the way. Fred, I can't use the QR code. Not sure why. Do you have a link? I do have a link. I'll put it in the chat. How about that? I just won't put it. I won't pin it yet, but I'll put it in the chat. Fair? Fair. Okay. So keep your guys' eyes out right now for a comment that says giveaway and then a link. Hopefully it doesn't cut it off. Uh-oh. Is that my boy Ben? Ben's in the house. Jack Wolf is here, and he's got 800 joules? Oh, no, 200 joules. I saw 800. Hold on. 200 joules. Flow state, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, no, it's Donnie. I'm sorry. I just saw the wolf, and I was like, that's Ben. It's just Donnie. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate you, man. Look at that. 800 joules. That's 1,000 joules. I don't even know what they do. 1,000 joules, baby. Hell yeah. You get fireworks for the joules, son. I actually tried Googling it after the last stream, and I could not find an answer to what the joules do. So I'm just going to keep collecting. I don't know where they are either. Like, I haven't seen anywhere where it says you have this many joules. So I don't know what's going on, but I love it. I love it. Your colors on the Divo mats remind me of 80s MTV videos. Hell yeah, son. That's kind of the point. That's kind of the point. Yeah, we're all about the 80s neon colors around here. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. 7 Pony V2. It's amazing now. Sick, dude. Heck yeah, man. I love the pony. White Mountain Knives still has the pony stout, guys. If you want to check it out, use the code Divo10, Lefty10, whatever you want. Just something with 10 on the end. It'll get the job done. Who's here? TC Blade? TC Blade's 10, probably. Titanium 10, I bet. Wyvern 10, maybe. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments if you guys want to pitch your codes. Go for it. Armpit 10. Oh man. Hey yo, hi. Heck yeah, David. You get it, son. You get it, man. Enjoy that shit. Sanders picking up the mat. That was you, baby. Love it. Thanks for the replacement. Oh, no problem, dude. No problem. You guys need anything on your Divos, hit us up. That's what we're here for. Let's see. All right. I ordered a SB Small Boy from DLT Micarta and one from Urban Cutlery. Shout out to our dealers, DLT and Urban Cutlery in DLC. And I ordered one set of skiffs. Why didn't you order two, man? I wanted to compare the stock bearings with skiff. Well, Urban Cutlery sent me the wrong side. I ended up putting them in my cuts. Every time you send something, your message cuts off, dude. You put them in your butt? That's disgusting. You put bearings up your ass? Dude, not cool, bro. Not cool. Man, everybody, finish that sentence. I want to I want to see in the chat. Finish that sentence, all right? He got the wrong size skiffs, so he ended up putting them in his what? What did he put them in? What did he put them in? I say his booty. He put them in his booty. That's what I think. Went right in his booty. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, I'm going to forget that I said this. And then I'm just going to see all these answers and I'm going to go, what the are you guys talking about? Talking about penises? You're talking about. Oh boy, James Manning. The Thai growlers got nabbed up before I could get. Dude, they went fast. But found a milled Thai small boy. Now I don't have to borrow my daughter's small boy anymore. That's hilarious, dude. I'm trying to see your picture. Okay, man, dude, my eyes are still good. I'm getting old. That's a small ass picture, but I got it. Heck yeah, dude. Does that mean, do you all have one now? Do you all have one? I feel like you all have one now, don't you? Let's see. Let's see. Did you get one from White Mountain Knives? Because you said the milled Thai small boy. Unless you found a DLC one from DLT, that's a score, dude. That one's sick. People ask me about that one all the time. I'm like, it's a dealer exclusive. Like, if they want more, they could, they can hit us up and order a bunch if they want to. But yeah, it's got to be enough to do an order. But I'm sure I could get a couple dealers to want to re-up and then order them. For example, we're actually working on a tall boy order right now. I'll give you guys a little tease. So we're working on a tall boy order. I'm calling it. We were gonna just do a rerun. I don't know if you guys know us. We don't like to just run it back, right? I don't know how many times we've actually done that. How many times have we dropped the same knife without making changes? I really don't know. I think maybe the Growler V2 we did it, I think. And maybe the Stout V2, we did 2 drops on that one, I think. Without actually making a change. We might have done different colors, but we didn't change like construction or anything. But anyway, the Tallboy V1.5, a couple dealers hit us up and they were like, hey, we want to do a limited, run of these. We want an exclusive. And I was like, all right, let's do it. But in order to get them in time, because they want them for a certain time frame, I couldn't just put together some huge ass order with every dealer, and I really didn't want to do that. I just kind of wanted to just do a smaller run just to get it done. And so DLT and Blade City ordered exclusives on the tall boy, and then we're gonna have some. We ordered a bunch for ourselves. And we ordered some really kind of interesting shit. So it should be fun. But anyway, we did make some changes. I wanted to update it a little bit. So I'm calling it the V1 3/4. So Tall Boy V1 3/4. It's like the platform at King's Station or whatever in Harry Potter. But we basically we went to the linerless construction because the tall boy actually has a full liner on the lock side. It doesn't have a liner on the show side, but it has one on the lock side. So we're getting rid of the full liner and going to just the inset tab lock. We're adding a lanyard thing for the 12 of you guys who always ask me about the lanyard things. We're doing the pig snout lanyard slot. And I think we're going to go to full jimping on the blade. So it has jimping all the way down, so anybody can get their hand on this and hit a jimping spot. We're gonna order the filler studs and see. We still haven't tested that, so they could just suck and it might be pointless, but it's not too. It's like $1 each to order them and see. So they should come with the filler studs, so you could take off the studs and put in the filler studs. They only come out 1 millimeter out of the blade, so hopefully they'll still give you that pop of color, but you'll be able to like flick it without feeling anything. For people who care about that, I don't know. Anyway, something I wanted to try, and I think there was like one other change we made to it, but we're basically just updating shit. You know what I mean? That reminds me, we should add the 2 pinholes for the pivot collars. Let me make sure. Hold on. I always think of shit, and I got to text Colin. Does the Tallboy V1.75 file have the pinholes for the pivot collars? I'm trying to remember all this shit. Is getting crazy. But anyway, I forget why I even brought that up. But there's going to be some obviously cool titanium versions. Yeah. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Sorry. I got the 200 and 800 joules from Donnie. Oh, one other thing I want to say, if Donnie's still here. Did you guys know? Have you ever seen Donnie from Jack Wolf? Great dude, by the way. He looks just like the dude who killed Charlie Kirk. Like, legit, they twins. They twins, man. You got to be careful out there, Donnie. Yeah, shit's probably not funny, actually. I'm just kidding, but I saw that guy's picture and I was like, say what? Looking like Donnie, boy. I don't think I'm going to show you guys just in case anybody gets any ideas around here. Don't mess with my boy Donnie, all right? Hashtag Donnie didn't do it. How do you scan a QR code on a PC? So you would just take out your phone and then you just hold your phone up to the QR code and then it'll do it for you. So I don't know if you can actually do it on a PC. Like, you mean like click on it? I don't know if you can do that, but you have a phone, right? So like, I'll show you. I have it on my screen right here. I just take out and then it hits the QR code. You tap it. Boom. There you go. Hopefully that made sense. I can show you again. So you just kind of hold it up to the QR code. It'll highlight it and give you the link down here. And then you just tap that and it'll take you there. At least if you have an iPhone. If you have an Android, I don't know if it'll work because Android sucks. But I'm guessing they probably had QR codes before Apple. I just missed what you said about buying the mats. What's the deal? Oh, they're on our website. If you want to pick up a mat, Trouble Bunny, go over to DivoKnives.com, go to the swag section, right on the homepage. Just scroll down a little and click on swag, and you'll see the mats on there. I think they're $30. And yeah, if you want to pick one up there, you can. I might have a couple on the Whatnot stream tomorrow, and then I'm giving one away tonight, so you could wait and see if you win the giveaway. But I only have like 5 left on the site, so in case somehow 5 people in here want them and buy them, then it might not be available later. But I don't know, probably not. I'm sure you'll be able to get it later if you want to wait and see if you are a winner chicken dinner. You know what I'm saying? Loving my 2 growler V3s. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, the V3 has really impressed me. I've been very, very happy with how these feel. Like, they cut great. The action is stupid on them. Kubi did a fantastic job on these knives. They really executed what we were going for on this one. And yeah, between the small boy and the Growler V3, other than one hiccup where they just misunderstood something, and it wasn't like it didn't change the aesthetic or anything, and it wasn't really a functional thing that they messed up. They've been literally spot on. Like, we had 1,200 small boys, and I think we've had one come back because there was a scratch on the pivot. As far as I can remember, that's all that's happened. It's really impressive for an OEM to be that good. Now, I'm sure I just said that I'm going to get hit up by like 12 people with issues. Okay, I clicked it. Cool. Let's see. Got entered. Can't wait. All right, cool. For the whatnot stream, hell yeah, dude. Damn, why does my name show my 1990s AOL screen name? I don't know, dude. You could change it, I think. You guys got to go to your YouTube settings or something. I think you could change your screen name there. There you go. WKD10 is our code. Of course, because you don't want to leave out. Wait, no. Wyvern Kodiak Design. Got it. Yeah, you didn't want to leave out Kodiak, so you can't go Wyvern 10, you know what I mean? And Wyvern Kodiak 10 is too long. So, of course, you got to go WKD 10. I get it. Of course, man. Of course. White Mountain Knives rules. Love the work you guys do together. Heck yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, Justin's awesome. Been working with him a long time, and yeah, they've been good to us, and hopefully they've enjoyed working with us. So mutually awesome. Bro, you're making me sound like a freaking illiterate. You showed 2 parts of 2 separate comments. What do you mean? I showed 2 parts of 2 separate comments. I showed the whole comment. What do you mean? What you mean? I was just reading your comments. One of them was cut off. Like, you were gonna say more. And the first one, I thought you were gonna say more too, because it said, "And I got a small boy," and then that was it. It trailed off. Am I crazy? Are his comments longer than that, and I'm just not seeing them? Like, they're not looking. Man, how do I say this? They're not longer on my end. It looks like that's what you wrote. I don't know. You guys tell me. Am I crazy or is he crazy? What the fuck? Come on, man. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell you say? Who's Staten Island? Of course you're interested. He lives on Staten Island. In case you're wondering, Staten Island Edge, he's not just he's not creeping on you. He lives in Staten Island, so he's just wondering. It's funny. Give your booty hole tighter tolerance. In his roller skates. That's where okay, I got this. That's where the skiffs are in his roller skates. Ball sack skiffs for better action, hopefully. What the fuck? Interesting. You live on the island? No, he just calls himself Staten Island Edge. He lives in Chicago. Like, what do you mean, dude? Of course he doesn't live there. Hey, boss, in one of your videos the other day, you said something about an exclusive tall. Damn, dude, it's like I read fucking minds around here. Hopefully you caught my whole thing about that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're in the works, baby. We're putting the order in now. And I did ask them if they could get them done. We're shooting for the holidays on those. So it shouldn't be all that long, even though that kind of sounds crazy because it's the middle of the summer. But for knife stuff, that's not long at all. in his butt. Don't knock it till you try. I need a tall boy, or what are we calling the next size up? Big boy, baby. The big boy. And the mega. There's the mega boy. Don't forget the mega boy. It's looking like the big boy is going to be the last one to get its name called. Although, actually, the baby boy might be the last one. Because we don't even have the prototypes yet. I put the incorrect bearings that they sent me for the small boy in the Pony Stout V2. And it's amazing now. Does that make sense now? Yeah, it makes sense, dude. Okay, so what you were saying was you got the small boy, and then you got a Pony V2, and then you got the wrong skiffs, and then you put those wrong skiffs inside the Pony V2. Boom. I just put all your comments together. Wait, the Pony V2 has different skiffs than the the small boy is the small boy has 5mm 3/64, right? And the pony, does the pony have 5mm 1/16, I guess? The Growler has that too, by the way. You could have just saved them for that. Vernell. I'm going with Vernell Juggins. I love that name. Kev, I got the reverse tux S90V. This is my first Divo knife, and it's pretty awesome. Super sharp. Love the jimping. Heck yeah, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I was about to ask you, did you get the mirror one or the S90V? So you got the one I got, dude. That's the one I kept. That's the Titan, and then I kept the 80s, which, by the way, this is still available. White Mountain still has, I think, 80s and pop camo. I don't know if he has any other ones. When I talked to him on Saturday, maybe, I think it was like a day or two after the drop, he said he had 75 knives left. So I'm sure he probably has like maybe half of that left now. So if you're looking for a Growler V3, you might want to jump on that shit. But yeah, there's only the camo ones left. Mine's all jacked up from the tape. I cleaned it yesterday too, because it was all gunked up with tape. But yeah, dude, thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. I'll give you some fireworks. Hell yeah. Let me know if I pronounced that wrong. I'm going with, what did I say I was going with? Vernell? Vernal? I think it's Vernell. I'm going with Vernell on that shit. How much and when? Are you talking about the tall boy? Around the holidays, and it should fall into the same pricing we've been doing. Which I will give you guys a little warning. Next year, or I guess I should say with the MASH V3 that we just ordered, we ordered a shit ton of them. So we had another really big order. A lot of dealers got in on it. I think there's this is the most amount of exclusives we've ever had. And we just did that with the small boy. We had 14 exclusives. No, 11 exclusives and 3 of our own versions. So there was 14 different SKUs, you could call it, right? Different colorways or whatever of the small boy. This one, I think there's 21. Like, absolutely insane, because there was we added a couple dealers, and then a couple of the dealers that ordered like 100 last time, they're ordering like 50 of this and 50 of that. So they're doing multiple versions. So you add, and then we're doing, I think, 7 versions just on our own. So yeah, it's just a lot of different versions, but I think that's cool. Anyway, they're probably going to be coming out in 2027. Holy shit, that's crazy to say. 2027. Jesus. Just because of the time right now and how long the small boys took, I'm guessing it's going to take a while. So it'll be 2027, I think. Anyway, we're gonna adjust the pricing a little bit in 27. We gotta increase it a little bit. We really we don't want to do that, obviously. If we could, we would keep the price where it was when we first started, which was like $199 for this type of build, right? But everything is more expensive. Like, Kubi costs more, the materials cost more, shipping costs more, everything costs more. So unfortunately, we got to raise the price. You know the deal. So what we're going to do, I think, is I'm going to try to maybe just bump it $10 or something. I don't want to do a big jump or anything. I think maybe instead of $219 as the base price, maybe we'll go to $229 or something like that. And so basically every version would just go up $10. Not the end of the world for anybody, and it really helps us across a ton of knives. It helps us out, because the only other option we really have is we have two other options. If we don't raise the price a little bit, we can reduce the margin that the dealers get so that we get a little bit more. But we obviously love our dealers. We don't want to do that. Or we could reduce the margin that we're getting, or I guess leave it the same. I don't know, however that would work out. And yeah, it's just not sustainable. You know what I mean? We got to be able to order more knives. And so, yeah. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there now, because when it happens, I don't even know if people will notice. It's $10, but just try to be transparent. Yeah, V1.75. I don't want to call it a V2 because, well, some of you guys might know this. We're working on a V2. That's why. We have a V2 we're working on with Riot. It's just taking forever with them. And of course, that one's going to be different. It's obviously going to be more expensive. It's going to be a little while, but I don't want to call this thing a V2 and then have to call that a V3. And I don't know. So I thought it'd be funny to just call it a 1.75. So that's what I'm doing. It's not based on the size. It's just, V1, V2, V3 kind of thing. Hopefully that makes some sense. Can you order more than 50 of each this time? Depending on the version, yeah. But you also got to understand, we only have so much money, right? I'm actually tapping into another source of cash because we need more money so we can pay for more knives so we can then sell more knives. But yet, we have to be able to have the knives to sell to either you guys or dealers or whatever. So that means we need to have this cash up front. And we only have so much, right? And when we put in a massive order like the Mash V3, where I think there's 1,260 knives on the Mash V3. And we don't charge the dealers until the knives are done. So we have to pay a deposit, and then that whole time, it could be 10 months. We don't have access to that money to use for something else, right? And then what we try to do is not even charge them when they're ready. We charge them once we get them, QC check them, and we're ready to ship to the dealers. Then we charge the dealers. So a lot of the money that we're going to get on those knives, we have to be able to fork out the full amount for the order ahead of time. Obviously makes sense. It's business. But when you think about that, if you have one big order like that, and you have that money out there, we can't just go order a bunch of other stuff at the same time. So it's really slowing us down, because like, so either we keep, like what we were doing is we were ordering 2 or 3 smaller orders, and then we could kind of have models coming out more often, but they would be smaller runs. So depending on the popularity of the model, they would sell out in, you know, a minute, and then we would just get angry people, right? So we have to balance that, because we don't want to just keep pissing off people. We're going to lose customers, potential customers, if we piss off people by not having enough knives. So what we've tried to do this year is focus on doing bigger orders, so that we can actually get everybody who wants one can get one, right? You might not get the exact version you want, but at least you can get the knife, right? Like the first couple tall boy drops, you know, people couldn't even get the knife. So we're trying to just figure out the best way to do it. So this year we're ordering a lot of one thing, and then we're trying to fit in other stuff here and there, like the dealer exclusives, which helps us because the dealers are basically paying for that. We've done some license deals this year to try to, again, get some more knives out there while we wait for these big orders. So anyway, I'm trying to find an alternative source of cash that's not going to kill us. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean kill us like literally. I mean like with interest and all that shit. And we actually have to be able to get it, right? Not every bank wants to just give money to random knife companies from 2 dudes who are doing it part-time. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm finding some cash flow so we can at least put in 1 or 2 other orders than this one big one, if that makes sense. So the tall boy order is smaller because we can do it that way. So there's probably going to be 50 of each for a few of the versions. I know for a fact there's more than that on a few of the other versions. There's actually a couple versions that we came up with that there's only 25 of each. Two different versions. They're going to be really interesting. I'm really curious what you guys are going to think of that, but I'm not going to spoil it. And then we also, on the tall boy, we also asked Kubi, like, what camo carbon do we have just sitting there, right? Because we do all these runs. They're using up the camo carbon every time. They tell us how many sheets they need. We order it from Camo Carbon. Camo Carbon ships it to them, and then they use it, but they don't use it all, right? So they have like half a sheet of this, or they have a full sheet of this and half a sheet of that, or whatever. So we're going to do what I call the leftover version. So there's going to be a version of the tall boy called the leftover, and it's going to have DLC belt satin, DLC accents, and DLC hardware. And then it's going to be just whatever camo carbon we have at Kubi so we have some that are 80s, some that are Brittany, some that are electric blue, some that are pop, some that are purple, that kind of deal. And what I'm going to do is, I haven't even talked to the dealers, but the dealers who have that colorway, like as an exclusive, like the Brittany is Blade Binge, the 80s is TPK, even though he does all satin on it usually. The way I look at it, 80s is his thing. I'll offer those to them. So if they want to just pay us for those, they can have however many. It might be like 20. But we're just trying to churn up that camo carbon that's just sitting there and use it up, because that helps us too, right? Because we already paid for it, and we don't have to pay for more camo carbon sheets So anyway, there's a little bit of inside baseball that you didn't ask for. Sorry. Because of this question. Like we're trying. We're trying, okay? We're trying to get enough knives out there. We're trying to make sure we have new models coming out. We're trying to make sure that there's not a 7-month gap in between knife drops from us. We're trying to make sure we get all the dealers, they get to get exclusives on the stuff they want. There's a lot of balls in the air that I'm juggling, and we're trying to figure out the best way to do things. And as we go, if certain things work better than other things, we'll keep adjusting. But that's just kind of how we're doing it right now. So the Mash V3 order just went in. The Tall Boy V 1 3/4 is going in soon, and then I'm looking at the Nip V2. I want to try to get that one in too if I can. I want to try to squeeze that one in as well. And I'm thinking I changed my mind on that one, which is annoying because I've been talking about the Nip order for like a year, maybe longer. I have a couple of dealers that gave me exclusive versions they wanted like a long time ago. And we just haven't gotten around to ordering it yet because something else keeps coming up and kind of jumping it. And we were waiting for updates. But I'm thinking about how can we maybe make it another budget run like the Nip Light. I wish Kubi could do the freaking aluminum again because that was such an awesome way to do a budget knife. I don't know if we could do any knife at $99 again in this world, but we could try. And, I really liked the hard anodized aluminum with the good hard anodizing, but they can't do it anymore because they don't trust that shop anymore because they were messing up. They had to redo a bunch of handles and shit. So it really limits us because, like, do you guys really want a Nip in G10? What are the other options in that like budget range? You'd be talking G10. Maybe I could just send a shit ton of the denim micarta. We'll just do a fucking boatload of Nip lights. It would need liners. And the whole point of the Nip V2 is no liners. See, this is the problem with shit like this. So I got to figure it out. I just don't want to do a run of G10 Nip V2s. Like, I don't know. They don't have to be camo carbon, but like the cool aluminum colors was awesome. They are able now to do different colored PVD. We're testing that with Kubi, like the rose gold and the copper colored PVD. We're doing a little bit of that. A couple dealers wanted it, and then they were able to find it. So maybe we could kind of do that somehow. Just do a bunch of, I don't know how expensive it would be, but if we did a bunch of aluminum Nip V2s with different colored PVD on it, maybe that would work. But yeah, I want to try to get like a budget knife out there. Because when we did the Nip originally, the Nip Light, sorry, if you guys remember the Nip Light, it was 154 cm and aluminum with a wire clip. And we were selling those for $99. And it's a freaking great knife. Our plan with that knife was to have it in stock. Like we wanted to keep ordering more of those and just have it in stock. That was going to be our knife that you could buy, right? Like no matter what, if you wanted a Divo, you could at least get a Nip Light, right? But then they couldn't do the aluminum anodizing anymore, and it just really killed it. Because the only other options we had were Ultim and G10, and I really don't love either of those options. And there's not enough variation in either of those, really. Unless you do maybe like G-Mascus or something. I don't know. I got to look into it. Maybe that new type of micarta that we've been seeing, maybe I could get that shit. Yeah, dude. You definitely look like that guy. You guys want me to do it? I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, I'm way behind now, but let's do it. What's that guy's name? Tyler Robinson? Tyler Robinson. All right, dude. Are you kidding me? Look at this guy. Guys, look at this guy, all right? That's freaking Donnie. That's Donnie. Can I find Donnie? How do I find Donnie? This is going to be interesting. Donnie from Jack Wolf. Is that possible? Watch this work. Hey, Donnie, you're on AI's got you here, man. Donnie Simmons is a core team member and social media manager for Jack Wolf Knives, widely known in the community as their content creator and Lord of the Memes. You got to Google yourself, dude. That shit's awesome. Dude, it literally says Lord of the Memes. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Is there a picture of you anywhere? Oh, there he is. Hold on. I got it. Look. See if I zoom in. How do you fucking zoom in? How do you zoom in with this mouse? Control option? Nope. That was the wrong one. Clearly. Yeah, I don't know how you zoom in. Can you guys see that? Can you see that right there? Oh, he's okay. Hold on. Dude. All right, look. Donnie, right here. Donnie. Ah, shit, I lost it. What did I do? I'm an idiot. Where's the... Oh, no, he's over here. All right. So that's Donnie, and this is the other dude. Come on, man. Like, look at this picture. That's Donnie right there. Ah, shit. I'm sorry, Donnie. You look like him a little bit. He looks like you a little bit, I should say. Luckily, you're cool as shit. He's not. You know what I'm saying? Daily Gear. Oh, look at that. I almost said Donnie again. JD got a new. JD got himself a new logo. Sick. By the way, Kev, Kara, and Maria say, hey. Ah, sick. Tell them I say, what up? What up? Did I miss your answer about if you all have one now? There it is. Yeah. The missus has one too. It was from White Mountain Knives. The DLC Zerk would have been baller. Hell yeah. But I'm more than happy with this one. It came in today, and I'm breaking it in as we speak. Awesome, dude. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys very much. And it was awesome hanging with you guys at Blade Show. Could you do amphibian-style studs that fill the slot? Could be cool. What's an amphibian-style stud? Amphibians. I'm gonna Google this. Got to be careful what I write. If I go to images, it's literally just frog earrings. Let me try thumb stud. It's showing me, I'll share it with you guys. It's showing me the Ramlock knives. It's showing me the Ramlock knives with these proprietary studs. I'm not a big fan of proprietary studs. 99% of them suck balls. Some of them can be good, but we actually did design a proprietary stud. It was kind of a geometric shape, like a prism, where the top, not a prism. What's the word for it when you have like is that a prism? What am I thinking of? Like the top, and then it goes down, excuse me, and then it's across again. So the top line is longer than the bottom. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we designed it like that, and the idea was you would just remove that, and then you wouldn't have studs, and then you could put it on, you could slide it wherever you want. And Riot just really struggled with it, and they couldn't do it. I don't know why. They just couldn't do that. So then we were deciding between doing like a separate hole behind the deployment hole, and then you could just take out the studs and put in filler studs to fill that hole. So he said, and that's where we got the idea for the filler studs. But the thinnest they could go on the filler studs was, I think, 5 millimeters. So the blade stock is 3 millimeter, and then you have 1 millimeter on each side that it sticks out. So it just barely sticks out. Again, I haven't gotten them in hand, so I can't test them yet. But we didn't like the way the deployment hole with another hole behind it looked. Even with the stud in there, it just looked weird, because now you have like a fully formed deployment hole with the like full geometric shape. Like if you look at the tall boy, right, you have this angle at the front, right, where it comes down and then it goes back. But back here, you don't have any type of shape like that, right? You just have this stud here, and that stud, actually, you can see part of it in there, and there's just a notch under here. And what we found was when you actually, hold on, when you remove the studs, right? So you have this slot back here. You don't have a fully formed deployment hole, okay? And when we did do that, where we designed the full hole that had this shape on this side, right? It actually looked weird, because the tall boy, like, it looks the way it looks. Like, I don't know how to explain this better. That just sounds stupid, but like, this is what it looks like. It has the deployment hole, and then it has the stud back there, and it just, that's what looks normal to me. So when you do a full hole and then another hole behind it, just a regular hole with a thumb stud, it looks weird even just normally. And then you take the stud out and put a filler in there, it looks even stranger. So I don't know. We ended up just deciding to keep it the same way, but have the filler stud, so people who don't want the stud for deployment reasons or whatever could use that, assuming it works the way we want it to work. You know, there's people who don't like having the stud in there because their finger hits it or whatever. Like I'm one of those people. I don't really like having a stud when I reverse flick, but I really love having the thumb stud there for the thumb flick. So I just get used to it. Whatever knife it is, it's easy to get used to. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, I could try to show you. I don't know if we have any of them. I don't know if Colin saved any of it. Let me see. Like we did the CAD and everything with the different shape. Nope. It's probably in my Instagram from when we were working with Mark on it. Let me see if I can find something. You guys might be interested. I don't know. We'll see. CAD group. That's weird. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is the Lush. Here we go. All right. So this is the file from Kubi. It might be. No, this is the one from Riot on the V2 version. Okay. And you can see, I mean, it's hard to even tell, but this is the filler stud. So it's a stud. It's just shorter. It's just a flatter thumb stud. The lines on there are just part of the CAD. Don't get any ideas. But the V2 does have a titanium lock bar with a steel insert. But again, that's the V2, not the 1.75. Trying to find the... Oh, here. You guys have never seen this one. This is the full stout. We updated the stout. This is what we call the full stout. It's a 3.5-inch version. So the stout V2 and the stout were 3.3 inches. The original stout, when we designed it, was 3.5. That's why we call it the full stout. We also changed the blade shape a little bit. I wanted it to be a little more aggressive, kind of like the pony stout. You can kind of see it here. You can kind of see the blade shape is a little bit more aggressive. I like it much better. It has less of that toucan shape on the front. Sorry, I know I'm going down rabbit holes, but you can see here, this has a really rounded area up here that gives it that toucan beak look. See that? This, we got rid of that, made it more aggressive after the poon. And then on this, we have the kind of shadow boxed inlay on one side and the three inlays on the other. Where is the thing I'm trying to show you, though? Damn it. I guess I don't have any pick. Oh, wait. Here it is.
So my solution for that.
Nope. So here you go. That is kind of the idea on the stud we designed. This is the, oh, come on. You're not going to turn? You bitch. Well, you can't see it too well. Turn? No. So you see the shape of the stud? It's like a proprietary shape. We had like really cool step milling on it. It was going to be pretty cool, but they just couldn't do it. And I don't know, the more I looked at it, the more like I kind of just like the way it is, to be honest. But that was going to be able to slide up and down so you could kind of put it wherever you want. See if I have a picture of the deployment hole. See, this one has the notch in it. Oh, here, you can kind of see how it works. This is a half cut. So like half the stud is missing. So you can see the full shape of the hole. I think the hole by itself with no stud at all would look fine. But once you start adding holes and studs and shit, it just doesn't look right. Like here, I don't necessarily love how it looks when you move that stud around. It kind of just, I don't know, takes up too much space or something. But here's what we wanted to do. Like, here's the milling on it. Like, it was going to be sick, but, you know, there's a lot of ideas that we've had that that don't pan out. I mean, you can just see the laundry list of shit we tried on this. Shout out to Loot, Mark Perez, Loot 10 Tex, New Breed EDC. If you guys ever need CAD work, man, him and Colin were going back and forth on shit. And then I'm throwing ideas out left and right. So you can see it goes from like just a normal tall boy, sorry. This is the normal tall boy with the, you know, the kind of notch in the back. Then we changed it to one with a hole behind the deployment hole. I think we changed the hole to like an oval at one point. And then it just evolves. We tried designing this like insert so you could just plug it up with 2 screws, one on each side that were anodized. We couldn't get that to work right, or the OEM wouldn't do it. And then we changed it to the proprietary shape. Then we decided we could move the proprietary stud around. We really fleshed that one out. We had it all dialed in, and then Riot was like, "Nah, we can't even do this." And we were like, "Fuck." So then we switched it up, and we went back to the standard one at some point. I don't know when that happens here. This is just all the back and forth we did. But anyway, and that shit goes on and on. And that was literally just to design the fucking thumb stud and the hole. Like, imagine doing a whole knife. And this was a design we already did. So we were just tweaking it. We wanted to make all these changes. Yeah, it's such a process, but it's super fun at the same time. Sorry, that was a long ass rant. I'm sorry, guys. Can you do a plain tie integral for the ones who want it? All of us? You think all people want a plain tie integral? Get the out of here. Yeah, we'll probably do a plain one. You mean no inlay, no full carbon, obviously. You want a third version that's just all titanium. Yeah. I think we were going to do that. Will the Jack Sparrow version be available for the tall boy V1.75? No. But there's one with black pearl camo carbon. It just has, I'm not going to give it away because it's not our version. It's a dealer version. It has interesting like finishes on the blade and the hardware and stuff. But I think it's going to be dope. So, yeah. But other than that, no, there's no Jack Sparrow version. But there's plenty of other ones. Let's see. He doesn't even have a chin. Oh, man, I love you, Donnie. I'm so sorry, dude. I saw that guy, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, Donnie killed Charlie Kirk? No way. Oh, that's not Donnie. I'm just kidding. When viewers use jewels to send gifts, you get rubies, which represent your earnings. 1 ruby equals 1 cent. So for every 100 rubies, you mean jewels, you receive, you get $1. Okay, so they're basically worthless, is what you're saying. Well, I guess they're not that bad, right? If you get 5, like I got 800 rubies from Donnie before. He's not giving me any more, but he gave me 800, so that's $8. All right, that's not bad. I'll take $8 from Donnie to roast him. God damn, now I feel bad too. I got some prime slabs of pop carbon on my V3. Some of the best camo carbon I've ever seen. Yeah, dude. Camo carbon has been upping their game the last couple of runs we did. The only thing, I told him this today because I emailed him the order for the MASH V3, which, by the way, it was like 28 sheets of camo carbon. 28 fucking sheets of camo carbon. And there's actually more titanium versions of the MASH V3 than we've done on like anything lately. So there will be titanium versions. But yeah, 28 sheets. And I told him, I was like, dude, we like keep the color going. Like, we've been really happy with the carbon we've gotten on the small boy and the Growler V3. The only one that we've been disappointed with was the shipwreck. The shipwreck on the small boy was bad. Like, there's no way around it. It was just bad. It was basically Brittany blue. So it was basically a dark mode, which got a little awkward. Blade City, Blade Binge, they were both cool about it, luckily. But like for us, it was a little like, damn, sorry, like we basically ended up selling Blade City a Blade Binge version. So I was disappointed with that. But other than that, I mean, the 80s has been way better. The pop is looking good. I mean, look at this 80s. Like, that shit looks good. I love that right there. That's the way I like it. I like the splotchy shit too, but I do like having the lines in it. I was talking to Chris from Blade City about it yesterday. We were going back and forth on like what looks better, like having a lot of lines, like kind of cross cut, or having the kind of splotchy stuff. I think a combination like this, where you have some of that cross cut up on the milling up there, and then here you have the splotches. I think that looks sick. This is a Hulk camo carbon version from Blade City. Sick. Excuse me. I kept that one, and I kept a Wakanda. I was going to keep a DLT one, but one of our customers got it. I was happy to give it to him with the situation, but, I did love that one. Don't usually catch lives on the tablet. I can't tag in the app. Oh. Yo, I forgot to say, I got a WinArm knife case yesterday. 36 knives it holds. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, WinArm has good cases, man. If anybody needs one, I got a link down there, and there's also a discount code. I think it saves you like 8% or something, but it's down in the comments there. Paul got something figured out. Sorry, dude, I missed whatever it was. I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Oh my God, that was almost an hour ago. Jesus, Kev. All right, I'm just gonna hit these. Yes, sir, Rebob. Yes, sir, Rebob. 26 months for Paul. Sorry, dude. Oh my God. I am going to skip ahead. So if there's anything super important, you guys can always hit me with it. Haven't canceled this yet? No, don't cancel that shit. Go to the next level, son. Yes, tall boy, sweet. What version of the MASH is this going to be? The last was 2.5. This is the V3. It's the V3. And we also have the Kaiser one coming out. I'll show you that. I have it right here. This is the last prototype we got. There is a couple updates, I think. The filler tab there's going to be 2 of them. Because this one, when you reverse it, it doesn't fit right. It's like sticks up a little bit. So they are now including 2 filler tabs because I was like, dude, you got to do something. And they did. I think I saw the colorways. I don't know if am I allowed to tell people? Maybe I'm not allowed to tell people, but there's a couple carbon versions. And then there's this one, which is like a black titanium. Pretty sure this is titanium, just based on the weight and the whatever. So, but yeah, these are nice. Top liner lock or button liner lock, whatever. Button compression lock, sorry. Version of the mash. So this should hold people over until the V3 comes out. I'll show you that one here. It doesn't have a clip, and we did make some changes. This is the prototype. We end up selling prototypes and sending them to dealers, and so this is all I have left, and it doesn't even have a clip because I think I gave it to somebody who needed a clip for their tall boy or something. But this is the Mash V3. So basically, we took the V2. I think it already was linerless actually on the Mash. So it has the linerless construction. It's stupid lightweight for the size. But we added the exposed liner lock on it, which is awesome. We did change this a little bit in production. We shrunk the exposed part down a little bit to like, well, I think we went this way. I can't remember now. Shit, this was a couple of weeks ago, and there's so much shit going through my head with Divo. I can't remember everything. But we shrunk it. No, we shrunk it this way, I think. Because, yes, that's right. Because I was having issues where every once in a while I'd pick it up. No, we shrunk. God damn, Kev. We moved it upwards. Okay? Because every once in a while I pick it up and I land right on the exposed lock bar. And if you land on the right spot as a lefty, it binds it up, right? It like stiffens the detent like that. I can't flick it now. So I wanted to have a little bit less exposed so that you had less issues where you could, even righties, you could get on there. You know what I mean? So we shrunk that a little bit. And then we had to update where the hole sat. We had to finagle this a little bit because we didn't want it to look stupid. So we tweaked that. It worked out. We also added more lock bar access because as great as this looks and everything, it works fine, but I just wanted to have more access here. So we cut this back a little bit. So there's a couple changes there that we did. I think we might have added the pig snout lanyard thing for the 12 guys again. This knife has a nice sharpening notch. I really like that because we're not the best at plunge grinds. We try. We definitely try, but then like we'll pull the plunge grind back and then Kubi will do the production, and the belt satin ones will still be like questionable, but the ones that are just standard grind, they'll be fine. It's just annoying because like all we see is the one that's fine when we do the CAD file. And then they go and somebody does the satin by hand. It's like a manual grinding wheel situation. And so, you know, the plunge grind is a little bit different on a belt satin versus a machine satin or whatever. Anyway, what else? We added a milled pocket clip. The V2 did not have a milled pocket clip. And I'm sure there's a couple other changes in there from the V1 or V2 to the V3. So that's the Mash V3. It's a 3 1/4, 3.3 inch knife. So it's a good size. It's been a really popular model for us. We just literally have not had them in years. So we opened up that order to all the dealers, and we ended up with another 1,200 piece run. So hopefully you guys like the knife too. One other thing we did with the Mash, because the Mash V3 has a flat clip in the back. So the way the Mash V3 clip is, it's the same pattern as the Tall Boy and the Growler V3 and the Growler XL and the Saloon and the Small Boy. They all share the same pattern, so you can put those clips on the other knives. But the Mash, you can see the clip slots are further back than on our other ones. So like here's the Growler. You can see they're in a little bit. Tall Boy, they're in a little bit. There's that triangle there, right? So the tall boy clip has that little triangle on it. Well, if you put that clip on here, that little triangle actually sticks up past the back here. So the mash clip is flat on the end. So we thought that would be the perfect clip to just offer as a standalone clip. So we ordered a shit ton of extra clips in all different finishes and whatever. And then we ordered a bunch of clip screws to go with them. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to have the clip for sale separately. We're just going to call it like Universal Divo clip or whatever, milled clip. And that way, because what I'm thinking is if the triangle thing on the tall boy sticks up past this handle, it's probably going to do that on other stuff too, right? So we want to have the most flexible clip possible when we sell like just a standalone clip. So this one just worked out perfectly. So we have a shit ton of those coming with the order. I'm trying to get them early. We'll see. But yeah. Anyway, that's the Mash V3. So here's a comparison if you want to look at them. Here's the Kaiser and the V3. They are different actually in size. I think they made it a little bit shorter. Not much, it looks like, but I think they did make it a little bit shorter. And then here is the lock side. So one of them has the button lock style, and one of them has the exposed liner lock style. So, and obviously one is Kaiser and one is Kubi. The 80s came out carbon version all came out amazing. I haven't seen a bad one yet. The small boy 80s didn't come out as great, but Austin let me hand pick one. I don't know. I thought they looked good. We QC'd the 80s. I didn't see any issues with the small boy 80s. But it is a small, like the Growler. The nice thing about the Growler is it's a big ass, like it's a tall handle for us anyway. Like look at the small boy. It's a shorter handle, so you have less material. So you just get a better look on the Growler than you do on the small boy. But both, I think, came out great. I'm still skipping ahead. Sorry. What time is it? Yeah. And I'm slow, aren't I? But you guys know that. Let me grab this one. 9 months. Shout out to you, dude. Cicero. I can feel them balls in the air tonight. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, son. Some of that G10 mixed with carbon fiber looks good too. And cheap G10 carbon fiber? Nah. See, I don't like that stuff. I can't do that, man. I'm sorry. I can't do that. What the heck? What the heck, sir? What's going on? Yeah, I can't do the carbon G10 stuff. I don't know. I don't even know what that is, actually. How do you join the giveaway? You follow the QR code up in the corner. Which reminds me, I should probably pin that link for you guys in a second. How do I take back the jewels? Get the hell out of here, son. I'm keeping them. I'm keeping them. Yo, what up, man? How's it going, Lion? Hope you're having a good night, man. Amphibian style stud to fill the slot sounds like an Urban Dictionary phrase. Oh, now I get it. Hey, thanks for repeating what he said. So he's saying like, I think what he's saying is like the angled style stud to, are you saying to fill the whole hole? Or are you just saying the back part, the slot? But then it couldn't be shaped like that. I don't know what you're saying. But anyway, we already came up with a solution. It's just a much thinner stud, basically. So it still has the same look, which was the idea, right? You still get that pop of color if you want it. So we'll see. Will you be doing a whatnot? Sorry, dude, this was like a half hour ago. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a whatnot. If you guys want to get a reminder, there's a pinned comment in the chat right now, and it has the link to the whatnot tomorrow. Definitely go to that and save it. The whatnot show, yep, 10 o'clock. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you. Same shape stud as the Kaiser Warning. Kaiser Warning. Kaiser Warning. Is that one by my boy? Is that one by my boy? Jordan? I think it is. Ah, no, it's different. That one's a triangle, dude. It's a fucking triangle. You must be tripping, son. No, I'm just kidding. I see where you're coming from. It's kind of like a stretched out shape of that. Man, I really wonder if that stud works well. That would piss me off. Probably. I don't know. This was like the one Kaiser they didn't send me that month, and it's the one Kaiser I probably wanted to check out that month because I love Johann Jordan. Johann Jordan is my boy, dude. Absolutely love that guy. Designer extraordinaire. Love him. Pretty sure it was him. Yep, Johann Jordan. I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but like this is the micarta shit I think I was talking about. I'm not sure. I do wish sometimes that they would change the shape of the button. Like we got them to do it. We got them to match the shape of the milling we had. So if you look at the mash, where's that sucker? It's harder to see on the camo carbon. So just so you guys know, the camo carbon V3s, they do not have milling. It looks way better with no milling on it. This line milling doesn't look good with carbon. It'll still have this part. It just won't have this line shit on it. But on titanium, this looks amazing. I think we also might have done one with chevrons, or we did the dollar signs. I forget. Yo, you guys are gonna love. You're gonna love the dollar sign shit. We got some of that coming. The dirty money, baby. Anyway, you can see the milling here. There's like this milled shape right here at the end. You can't see it as well. It kind of looks like it just goes all the way down, but there is a shape right here. And we had them make the button to match that shape. So that was the whole idea with the button shape. But on all their other knives, they just do that half moon shit on there. And even when like the warning, even when the stud or something on the knife has a cool geometric shape, they don't match it. They just do the half moon, and it throws it off for me. Like it throws it off. You know how it is when you have like a very geometric shaped blade, and then the handle is fucking round, and you're like, what the hell is this? Or the handle is very sharp angled, and then the blade is like just a worn cliff with a rounded nose. That just looks weird to me. I feel like you should try to complement the two together. If you have that shape in the handle, why wouldn't you try to build that into the button or the blade, you know? So I've always wondered why they don't do more of that. Also, another thing real quick. The reason why, because I know some of you are probably going, why are you doing the V3 if the Kaiser one's coming out? We licensed this knife to Kaiser 3+ years ago. It's been 3 fucking years since we licensed this to them. This knife started life as a button lock, a plunge button lock mash. And it was actually and it was going to be an exclusive with Blue Creek Knives. Do you guys remember anybody here remember Blue Creek Knives? He was around in like 2021, maybe 2022-ish. And he had the mash as an exclusive early on. The first couple runs of the mash were exclusive to Blue Creek. And he wanted to do a plunge style button lock because it was like starting to be the hotness. I don't really like plunge button locks. If you guys know, I hate them actually. But we prototyped it with him and everything with Kaiser, and then he went under, and he fell out of the community. And we still had this knife with this plunge button lock, and people wanted it. You know, I didn't really want the plunge, but people wanted it. So I reached out to Kaiser, who did the OEM prototype, and I asked them, like, hey, do you guys want this as a license project? And they were like, yeah, sure. So they licensed it from us back then. And I mean, maybe that's part of why it took so long, because like, I don't know, we were probably pretty unknown at the time. Maybe they were like, you know, whatever. Or maybe because it was an OEM prototype, like it was weird for them too. I don't know. But anyway, we also had a lot of like changes and shit we kept wanting to make. And like, I'm glad they kept doing it. They didn't just say no and like move on and pump the knife out. Cause that's what people always tell me. Like, you know, they try to ask for changes on stuff and then companies won't do it. We changed a shit ton on this. This knife looked completely different originally. It had this weird, goofy thing going on here. If anybody saw the first prototypes, like this whole section was missing. So anyway, we changed it a bunch. And then they came out with the grouper, I think it was called, the mini grouper, and it had the compression style button lock. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, yo, we got to do it on the mash. So then they had to go back to the drawing board and change the lock and everything too. So anyway, it took 3+ years, and we eventually were like, all right, we got to just do another run of the mash. So we started working on the order for the mash, and then they were like, oh, it's coming out in August. And we were like, fuck. So anyway, that's what happened. And luckily, we just ordered these. So the Kaiser ones will drop, I think, September, and then the V3s will be like next year sometime. So it shouldn't be a big deal, but to anybody wondering that, there's your answer. Cool. 2 joules. Oh yeah, I got 2 cents, baby. 2 cents. Anybody else got joules or rubies for me? Come on, baby. I need some joules. I need some blang blang on the ears. You know what I'm saying? Those joules don't refresh. It's irritating, YouTube. Give me 5 joules a month. I can save up and send a bird or something. Beer burp, maybe. Where do you get them from, I wonder? Here, I'll give you guys you want the giveaway link? I'll put it in the chat now and I'll pin it, okay? So if you guys want, if you want to save a reminder for the Whatnot sale tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern time on Whatnot, there's a pin link right now. Go there, click it, and you can set your notification. I'm changing that link in a second here to the giveaway link. So just letting you know, you have about 10 seconds before I do that. Oh, shit. Mark sent me the pictures. He was trying to help me out. Look. He sent me the pictures of the stud. He said he's lurking. He's lurking on the live. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Oh, shit. Somebody gave me 400 joules, dude. 400 joules. That's like $4. Hold on. I got to pin this real quick for you guys. Unpin? No, what? Oh, that's the whatnot one. What the hell happening? What the hell be happening here? All right, here it is. Oh my God, I clicked the link. No. It doesn't want to pop up for me. Come on, man. There we go. Replace pin. All right. All right. It is now pinned. So if you want to get in on the giveaway, click on the pin link. It'll take you over to Drop Beacon. While you're there, you obviously have to sign up to enter the giveaway. It's free. I have a link that will get you a free pro membership for a year. If you want that, it's in the description of this live stream. Just go. It's right under the main description. It just says EDC for me. You can click on that. It'll give you a free year membership to the pro version, and then you can sign up for the giveaway or whatever. But yeah, check out Drop Beacon. Shout out to Matt over there. Great dude. Great website. Lets you find all your EDC needs in one place. It also has your favorite creators, links, and discount codes in a really accessible place. So it's really nice for that as well. Definitely check it out. Yeah, I'm like an hour behind. He said that 30 minutes ago. Oh my God. What's the best way to send you something? Whipped up some kit for your desk. Oh shit. Okay. You mean message me or literally ship me? So just hit me up or in the description of every video is my PO box. If you want to just ship something, if that's what you're asking, there's a PO box down there. PO Box 251, Frederick, PA 19435. It's in the description of every video, but you can also just email me, LeftyEDC88@gmail.com, and we could chat, or you could DM me on Instagram at LeftyEDC. Thank you, dude. Is Kev 30 minutes behind? Dude, I was doing so well. Okay, leave me goddamn alone. I just got a mini growler with Thai stonewashed handle that they swapped the blade with a Proto D2. What the hell you say? What the hell you say? Are you sure it's not just a proto? What if it's just a prototype? Well, I mean, I guess they told you they swapped it. I don't know. Anyway, that's cool, man. Were you meaning to get it, or are you saying you thought you got a production one and you got a prototype blade? I'm not sure. 1931, I'm glad you cleared it up. I blew mine in a week after discovering them. Let's see. Pop camo is absolutely fire. Heck yeah, dude. Splotches. Yep. Jimmy Cox, baby. 4 months. Feels like a lifetime. Probably just like how long I've been behind on this chat. Can we get a Zircuti Growler XL Integral, please? Jesus Christ, that's a lot of things, man. All in one. Yeah, dude. As soon as I handled that Fireball Integral, I was like, oh no. We need an integral tall boy. We need an integral growler. We need an integral everything. Yeah, we're screwed. But we want to do some newer models. We're kind of getting in our updates right now, right? We're updating the tall boy. We're updating the growler. And we got to get to some new models soon. Let's see. I mean, we have them. We just have to, finish them up and order them. But we drop one model and then people want something different on it. And then we try to, make it bigger, make it smaller, change this or that. So yeah, I wish I had like an endless supply of cash, because then we could just order all the shit we want to order and get it out there quicker. But that's not the way life works. So we got to kind of pick and choose what we're doing. Hell yeah, dude. See? He knows. He knows. Says, dang, commercials are bad, man. You need YouTube Premium, dog. I have it set to conservative ads, which is literally the lowest amount of ads you can set on a live, other than no ads. But you know, I need a little bit of that money, so I have it on conservative ads, and you're still seeing them every 3 to 4 minutes. That's amazing. Oh god, you need that YouTube Premium, man. It's worth it. Okay, you mentioning your code made me think. I used your code for White Mountain knives for $6, and I used your code for 2 skiff bearings. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dog. Yeah, White Mountain Knives doesn't do commission or anything, but I really, for the most part, on Divos, I don't really get commission anyway, unless a dealer wants to let me double dip. You know what I'm saying? But the skiff ones, I get, I'll get like 80 cents. Hell yeah, dude. It all counts, baby. Let's see. I don't like G10. Yes, I don't like it either. It's a service. TPK has a 1K subscription that lets you pick from what's available. Totally made that up. Oh, I was like, shit, that's actually kind of, I was like, should we do that? I want to do that. Anybody want to pay me $1,000 a month, and then you can pick out which Divos you get when we do a drop? If I get like 5 people to sign up for that, I'm golden, baby. Let's see. Bought a warning earlier today. Awesome. Works well for the thumb, not so much reverse flick for me anyway. Are you talking about the warning? Yeah. I could see it being an issue. A lot of those proprietary studs, they suck, man. Like, they're not good for one deployment or the other. That's why when we designed it, we added that step milling around it. We had like 3 layers of step milling all around it. And it was wide enough that you could get good enough traction with both, the reverse flick and the thumb. But we never got to test it. We never prototyped it. So who knows? It might have sucked. Safe move is to go to standard studs. I actually really like the standard thumb stud that we use. This thumb stud works really well. And it even works like when it's shrunk down on the small boy, or when it's blown up on the big boy. Like, it works either way. It's just a good thumb stud. And I like the round shape of it. Can't get my phone to follow the QR code. It's pinned in the chat now. I know I'm behind you, but just saying. That was only like 12 minutes ago. I'm getting there. You have an idea of price on the Kaiser and time frame? They said September. There's, I think, the one titanium version I just showed you. I'm like 95% sure that's titanium. It could be aluminum, but it'd be weird for them to do an aluminum one and then like fat carbon, My guess is it's going to be like $200, $180. Isn't that their usual price point? I think they're in LMAX. See, I had that. I got caught on the. That's why we're changing it. I had a Creek, actually 3. Hopefully it's not the same 4 colorways Kaiser has been doing this year. I don't know. What are the same 4? I think it's like the one I showed you, and then Purple Haze, fat carbon. Hopefully they did the polished DLC like they had they had the prototype at the show 2 years ago, and it was a freaking hit. Everybody loves the polished DLC. And then I think they had one in, I think it was Shipwreck. It was like a Shipwreck carbon with bronze, I think. That's what I remember glancing at the versions. I could be wrong, though, so don't hold me to that. And there are a couple exclusives, too. So, yeah. Jim Cox with the 400 joules a half hour ago. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very much, Jim. You the man. Oh, look at that, dude. 250 joules right here. Laughing disco. I love when it just types out the emoji. It's hilarious. Thank you, sir. I have the mini grouper. Awesome OG Kaiser top liner lock. Yes, sir. Clutch lock. Oh, clutch. Okay. 30 joules. Hell yeah, Deadhead. Thank you. I thought you were talking about the clutch lock. I was like, no, don't love the clutch lock. Let's see. I'm catching up, folks. I'm catching up. He's catching up. 440 joules? Uncle Alert. Roman, thanks, dude. Really appreciate you, man. Eugene coming in hot from East Orange, New Jersey. Hell yeah, man. We're not too far. We're not too far. Drop Beacon is pretty dope. I agree. Drop Beacon is cool, guys. Definitely be checking them out. Good peoples. Good service, you know? Let's see. What's up, Zach? Hey, Lefty. If I'm not wrong, this is my first time in your live. What's up, man? Hell yeah, dude. Zach Kennard. Thanks for coming by, man. Really appreciate that. Let's see. I meant to ship to you. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Just hit me up or use the P.O. box. But yeah. Or let me know if you do send it, though. I never check that box unless I think something's coming. Guys, do you agree that the post office is so inconvenient? Why do they have hours like that make no sense? Like my post office here, the one in my town closes at 4:15. And the one that I have the P.O. box at, which is technically, I think, closer, but it's a different direction. I don't know why I did that. I should just go to the other one. That one closes at 4. And they close the door. Like, you can't even get in to check your box. That's what she said. I don't think so. Then there's one in like there's a kind of, it's not a city, but it's like a bigger town or whatever. It's called Pottstown. Theirs is open till it was 6 or 6:30, but now it's 5:30 during the week. That's like the latest post office, and I have to drive 20 minutes or 25 minutes to get there. Now, I know some people have it worse. My point is, why is the post office stupid like that? Like, why isn't the post office open till 7? And then on the weekend? Are you fucking joking, dude? The post office that's what pisses me off the most. Like, so one, during the week, right? So during the week, you got to, like, what are you going to do? Like, most people can't just leave work to go drop off packages. You know what I mean? Unless that's their job, right? I get it. So if it's not your job and you got to, like, find a way to drop off a package, it's damn near impossible because they close at 4 or whatever. And so you got to leave work early to drop off a package, or, you know, it's always some bullshit. And then on the weekend, on Saturdays, they close at fucking like noon in a lot of places. Like the P.O. Box one closes at noon on Saturday. Go fuck yourself. And then the one over here closes at 12:30. And then the one in the town or whatever closes at 3. It's like, dude, give me a fucking break. Like, you can't work till 5 or 7 on a weekend? Like, you just hire somebody who has weekend hours. Like, it's so weird to me. absolutely hate the fucking post office. And UPS is better because they're open till 6:30 every night. But then on the fucking weekend on Saturday, they close at 3. And then Sunday, they're not even open. Like what the fuck is going on? I don't know. I feel like shit, like logistics companies, they should be open 18 hours a day all week. Like, I don't know. Little rant there for you. Kev, what's your favorite Craig Brown knife? Interesting. Man, I really like the FSD. I like the FSDI, the minis, of course. I got to handle the mini Cortex recently. I don't know what it was, but I love the design. I want it to be like my favorite knife ever. Ironically, I saw it at Blade Show because Colin had his. Ironically, it was like I compared it to the small boy, and they're like the same size. They have a very similar blade shape. That's kind of where the similarities end. But it's obviously like really up my alley. I just didn't love the detent on it. It wasn't like snappy, you know? And he got rid of the top flipper on it, or the rear flipper, whatever that thing is called. So I missed that on it. I don't know. Probably the mini FSD, like the original FSD mini. That's probably my favorite Craig Brown. I did love the Cortex V2 bolster lock as well. I have videos on all of these, by the way. You can go check them out if you want. I was a huge fan of Craig Brown stuff when those were first coming out because they were like revolutionary, you know? I'm going to send you Polaroid pictures of my feet covered in baby oil. Don't send that stuff you were talking about to my P.O. box, man. I just canceled that. I'm getting a new one. Hit me up. I'll send you the P.O. box. I got to get a new P.O. box now because of this guy. Fuck out of here, dude. Your baby oil. What are you, P. Diddy? Was there ever a D2 prototype blade? Yeah. 90% of our prototypes are D2 because 90% of our knives go through Kubi, and Kubi uses D2 for prototypes. They have this thing with prototypes where they just want to use D2. Maybe because it's easier on the tooling, or I don't know what it is, but they really do not like to use the steel that you're going to order in on the prototype, which is frustrating because we pay $250 per prototype, which is actually pretty cheap. Like they make you order 2 at least, and then they're $250 each. So you could order 4 for $1,000, right? You get it. But so they make us order at least 2 at $250 each, so $500, which is great, good price for 2 prototypes. But it sucks when we go to sell them because we're not weird, or we are weird, maybe one or the other. We don't keep every prototype we've ever done. Like, you know, you do that early on, the first couple knives, but once you've had like 25, 30 knives prototype, it's just too much shit. You know, we ended up going like, we could sell this shit at a show. So we just brought a bunch of prototypes and we sold all of them. So now we just do that every show. But anyway, we're not going to sell a prototype in D2 for $250 just because we paid that. We try not to do shit like that. So we usually sell them for $150 at the shows in D2. But I will say, I've carried a shit ton of Kubi D2. I've probably carried more Kubi D2. Maybe I've carried more of their S90V, but I've carried a shit ton of Kubi D2 because of that. That shit is good, man. I don't know what it is, if it's just like scrap off the aluminum roof, you know. D2 is like whatever tool steel they had laying around that week in China. But Kubi seems to get a good batch because the D2 blades hold up really well. They don't rust on me. So for whatever that's worth. But yeah, there were D2 prototype blades on the mini growler for sure. Yes. 100% there were. There was also 154 CM blades and S90V blades. So there's actually technically 3 types of mini growler blades out there. Hey, Kev, so Pop Camo Carbon is your design, right? Yeah, so now Colin and I came up with that one. I thought it would be cool to take my favorite colors from 80s. So from 80s, I took the orange and the pink, and then I put it together with our other favorite color, which is purple, obviously. So you have purple, orange, and pink, and you get pop. P-O-P. Purple, orange, pink, pop. Yes, I am that corny. But, I mean, it just came to me. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then we just asked Camo Carbon if they could prototype it for us, and they didn't. I kept waiting for him to make us a sample of it, and he didn't. And eventually I was like, what if I just order a sheet of it? Like, we just order it for a knife and hope it looks good. And he was like, yeah, you can do that. And I was like, oh, so that's what I should have done right away. You should have told me that instead of like dragging me along for a sample that was never going to happen. Anyway, I just think that's funny. So we ordered it, and it is awesome. So that's how Pop Camo came to be. I did ask him if we could make it exclusive, because originally when I met him at Blade Show like 4 years ago, he said he would do that. But I guess now he doesn't want to lose business, which is fair. So I made a deal with him that he would not sell Pop Camo to any of the big Chinese companies, because I don't want Pop Camo on like every fucking knife that comes out. Somebody in the comments is going to say, well, Kubi just did a Vagrant in Pop Camo. Yes, that's true, but that's because they fucked up and they told us the wrong thickness on Camo Carbon for the Growler V3. They told us a thicker size, I think, I think thicker, not thinner, for the Growler. And then when they went to do the production, they found out that it was the wrong thickness, and they had to do a new order to get the right thickness. And then they had all the Camo Carbon we ordered for them left over, because they paid to cover the difference. Which reminds me, I probably should have found out how much difference in like it costs, because maybe we paid way more. But anyway, so they had all that shit left over, and that's why they had Pop Camo and they put it on the Vagrant. That's fair. I asked them about it because I never told them about I never told them about Camo Carbon not selling to them and shit. So I was just like, hey, we had this deal with them. I'm guessing you just had this already from that thing. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, all right. But I didn't want to exclude other, like if Casey at Tempest wants to use Pop Camo or Arcane Design or Knife Stand or whatever, like they could use it. But he's supposed to say no to like Kaiser or whatever. So it doesn't get, because I feel like some of the colors, like 80s is starting to get a little bit oversaturated by now. I feel like people don't necessarily look at 80s the way they did a couple years ago. And I don't want that to happen with Pop Camo. I also thought it would be cool to have our own color, So it is our color, but it's also like other people could get it if they want. Hopefully that makes sense. It's midnight here. East of the United States. Yes, it is. 12:18, by the way. Sell me your reverse tux growler. I missed it. Man, I can't. I've used it. It's mine now. It's mine, baby. White Mountain Knives exclusive mash with Kaiser's Elmax and Thai for $159. There you go. Hell yeah, dude. That's a great price. All right, that's good to know that it's already out there, so I'm not ruining anything, I guess. Am I almost caught up? USPS sucks. Totally agree. Kev, remember when I drew you that ridiculous picture of testicles and sent it to you? Oh, dude. He means like on the live stream. He doesn't mean he just sent me a picture of testicles, like, you know, private DM style. That being said, my mail carrier knows I get knives and such from time to time. So if a package comes in, she brings it, even if it's Sunday. Really? Dude, that mail carrier is fucking awesome. Awesome. I've been to Pottstown. That's awesome. It's not very special. Pottstown, it's not bad, actually. A lot of people hate on Pottstown. I kind of like parts of it. My P.O. Box post office had a 24-hour lobby, but homeless and riffraff ruined that now. They keep it open to about 7 p.m., yeah. Ours keeps P.O. Box area open 24/7. Yeah, some of them do. If you're in a larger city or maybe like a really rural place where nobody's going to like go in there and sleep. What have I been missing? Nah, nothing. Nothing special. Oh, dude, I know you were kidding. I was just playing along. You thought I was really going to cancel my P.O. Box, dude? I would have just burned your Polaroids. Did I miss the MASH updates? Yeah, sort of. There's 2 MASHs coming out. Kaiser one's coming out in September, and the V3 is coming out next year. We just put the order in for it. That's the update, pretty much. You definitely seem rare as far as selling every prototype in your own personal production knife. I guess you're right. But like, what do these guys? These guys have cases and cases of. If I kept, like, some people, like Ben from Jack Wolf, he has every version of every design he's ever released. So that's got to be hundreds and hundreds of knives at this point. Like, he had 5 versions at least, I think, of every slip joint he dropped, and he was dropping them monthly for a couple, like for 2-3 years, I don't know. And then the folding knives, same thing, right? And then now he's been doing more of the like US fixed blades and the Gateway series, but still multiple SKUs every time, and he's got one of each. It's got to be a few hundred knives at this point. So he just has cases somewhere that are just loaded up with these knives. And I get it. The way he looks at it is he should have one of every, so he has a reference to anything, right? And everything. But for me, what happens is, even if I tried to do that, what would happen is somebody would contact me 6 months after a release, and they would tell me that they scuffed a scale or they dinged the titanium or something, right? And they're asking if we have any way to replace it or fix it or whatever, right? And then I would take that knife and give it to them, and I would just exchange it, right? And then I would sell the one with the scratch on a whatnot sale for cheap or something. I don't know. That's just what ends up happening. If I have our knives, I end up selling them because people ask for them. So part of it is probably because I'm always engaging with you guys. So people are always asking me for things. And if I have it, I'll fucking sell it. Like, my theory is I'd rather have the money, you know? Like, I got 2 little kids and, you know, I like money. So why wouldn't I do that? So anyway, that's why I do it. It's either a warranty thing, like I'm helping a customer, or it's I can sell it. Why not? But I do have limits. Like, I'm not selling this because I love it and I've been carrying it. And my excuse is I've used it and it's got shit all over the blade and whatnot. So this one's going to be hard to get from me, but you never know. In 6 months, I might sell that. It happens. He better be getting that mail carrier Christmas card. You could lick that growler right now and I'd still bid on it. Am I caught up? Shit, I'm almost caught up. I'd still bid on it. That's funny. Well, if you show up tomorrow on the whatnot sale, you never know, because I usually get suckered out of some shit on the live stream. I start selling everything. I've sold my left shoe before on a whatnot. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. There is still some small boys. Yeah, you can get you actually, if anybody here is looking for Wakanda Forever, or Purple Nurple, or the Jack Sparrow, the ones that we had on our site, Razor Sharp AZ has them. It's one of our dealers. He mostly, I think, just sells in store, so he's not like out there advertising them. But I saw they were in stock, so if you guys are looking, check out Razor Sharp AZ. He had, I guess, a couple of each version, and I saw the Wakanda was in stock when I looked. I was gonna share the link to his website, and I forgot. So you could probably still get one there. And then White Mountain Knives, I think, still has small boys. And who else? TPK probably still has 80s ones, because the 80s are not as hot anymore. And he also ordered 200 of them. So, there's also a lot of them. I missed the Growler V2 and had to wait a year, so I wasn't missing out this time. It was actually a bit more than a year. What, before you got a V2 somewhere? Gotcha. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I won't go on the whole rant again about, we try to, yeah, I'm just going to not talk about it because I'll talk for 20 minutes. He'll probably still have them next week. He had a good number of them too. I think he ordered 150 of the small boys. So the V3 would have been insane with a huge ass hollow grind. Nah, so we've actually we've looked at the Growler with a hollow grind. It's basically the only knife we've done without a hollow grind, I think. Trying to think, is there any other knife we've launched without a hollow grind? Have we done any other? Like, we do a hollow grind on anything and everything. We love hollow grinds. But yeah, anyway, the Growler, I can't think of one. The Growler has a very tall blade, and when we tried to do a hollow grind, at least with Kubi, maybe you could do it with another OEM, the grind line, the plunge line or whatever, ends up like right here. So you have this line going across down here, right? So it like comes up to here weird, and then it goes down like this. And it's like under the hole. Like, I like how this looks much better. The grind comes off of the hole. So she said, and you get a nice tall flat grind. It slices like a freaking dream. Honestly, I think a hollow grind might hurt this knife. It would probably still do well because it would still be tall. But the flat grind, if you haven't tried it, the flat grind on this, it slices like a dream. So I'm pretty sure it's our only flat grind. I'm trying to think. I have the original mash. Hell yeah. I actually have, I don't know if I have an original mash in the, I might still have one. I'll have to check. I might have sold it on Whatnot actually, but you guys, if anybody's on the Whatnot tomorrow, ask me about that. I'll check. I think I looked yesterday actually, and I don't have them actually. But I had a couple of like OG V1 mashes in the sealed Kubi bag. They used to come in these bags. I guess they still do, in these bags. And I just had them in my like warranty bin for years. And I think I sold them all though. I had like 2 or 3 in there. They were like the old school reverse tucks and shit. Pretty cool. I'm planning to order my 3rd small boy in a week or 2 if they are still there. My wife wants one, and I'm not giving her any of mine. Sick, dude. Thank you, man. You're a legend, dude. Absolute legend. Appreciate you, dude. What would happen if your wife would leave you? Such a random question. You asking me? What would happen? I would be very sad. What do you mean? What kind of question is that? What would happen if your wife left you? It would suck ass. You know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird question. I love my wife, so that's not happening. It would also suck because of the kids, you know. I really feel bad for kids that have like split parents and have to go back and forth. I'm sure some kids it's like, hey, I got 2 houses, you know, like yeah, I don't know. Nope, that's not happening. You're always there to try to help the community too, Kev. Hell yeah, man. Always trying to help if I can. $600 right now for your growler, Kev. He knows I'm gonna say no. You ain't got no $600 for that growler. Get out of here. I might take it. Hit me up. hit me up on DM, bro. I might sell you that. $600. Come on now. Come on now. I might take it. See, now he's probably kidding, and now I'm gonna be all sad. Great to see you too. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm glad you guys saw each other. Sup? It's like, sup, Troy? Sup, dude? Virtual high fives. I'd rather have the knives, but from the sales perspective, that wouldn't make much sense. I'd just be sitting on thousands of knives. Yeah, it's not just about like, you know, I want money. Like I like money, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not greedy to where I'm like screwing people over or whatever. Like but I just don't see the point. You know what I mean? Like, if I have one of everything, I'm fine. Like, I don't even have one of everything, actually. Like, I don't have a Growler V2. I don't have a Mash V2. I don't have a Mash V1 anymore. I had those for a while. But I guess I'm somebody who, like, I like the new thing, you know? If you think about it, like, I review stuff, right? So I always have new shit coming in. So it's kind of how I'm wired, I guess. So like when the new Divo comes in that I have a prototype of, I'm okay with letting go of the V2 and the V1, you know what I mean? Because now I've, like, the way I feel about the Growler V3 is now I've perfected this. Like we've perfected the Growler. I'm not saying we couldn't improve it more. We probably will at some point. But like it's gone through the iterations. Why do I need to keep the older ones? Sentimental value? Maybe. You know, like I don't know. For me, it's like this is the pinnacle of the Growler. So why wouldn't I just want one of these or two of those? Unless somebody offers me $600, then one. Anyway, I want a reverse tux DLC small boy so bad. Well, what's up, Lion? Do you not have the money, or you can't find one, or what's the deal? And which one, dude? Because there's like the Zerkatai one, and there's like the polished DLC one. Which one are you looking for? Uh-oh, we got lurkers. We got lurkers. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys this. I don't think I did. Sorry, I'm gonna spill your beans a little. That sounds wrong. But at Blade Show, so James and his daughter and his wife, it's Kara is your wife, and is it Kara? Wait, no, I thought Kara was your daughter. And was it Maria is your wife? I'm mixing this up, right? I'm sorry. I'm bad with names. But anyway, they're at Blade Show and they're walking around, and their daughter, she's like 7, I believe. 7 or 8. She might have just turned 8 or something. I'm trying to remember exactly. But anyway, she had a stuffed bear from what's that guy's? What's that, Blade Outpost or something? And he has that is that who it is? Yeah, he has that bear that's like kind of bloody looking, and he's got a name and shit. Everybody loves him. And she's walking around with this bear, and the dude from Kaiser comes up to her, and he like tries to buy her teddy bear. Like he wants to take the teddy bear. He's like, "Can I take that? And I'll give you some money for it or whatever." And they said the look on her face when he tried to buy this bear was like, "You're not going to let him take my bear, right?" Like she was about to cry, you know? And they're like, "No, you can't take the fucking bear, dude." A grown ass man comes by trying to buy a teddy bear off a kid because it's like, it's tied to this store. It's more than just a teddy bear, but you get it. Oh man, I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, some reason I thought of that. It's the version 3. Yeah, the Growler is the version 3. Yes, sir. The prototype I got from you actually looks just like the production models, just in D2. Oh, nice, because we actually did a few prototypes on the V3 because it had we did different shapes of front flippers. We originally tried like just a post front flipper, but that looked fucking goofy. And then we tried some shit. And we ended up going with this. I think it worked out great. Literally, the only thing I don't like about the Growler V3 is with my specific shorts that I wear in the summer, it has like netting in the pockets, and the pockets are on an angle. So this jimping catches on that netting and it wants to like rip my pockets. So I have to put the Growler in like a couple inches in and then slide it back. That's definitely what he said. But that's how I have to put the knife in my pocket because of the jimping on the front flipper. But it's just because of those pants or shorts. And I've gotten used to it now. It's fine, so it doesn't even matter. But I don't see the point of your face, Snap. I don't see the point of your face. Okay. What's up, Chef Rocky? Talking shit, dude. Not Amish, you evil spell check. What the? I need to see the other chats. 48 months, dude. Hell yeah, 4 years. Charity thing, dogs for artistic kids, sat whatnot. What the fuck, dude? Hey, Rocky, if you come to the whatnot tomorrow, just don't expect me to put skiffs in the knife, all right? Don't tip me extra for that. Oh man, the last one, I think it was the last one. He bought a knife off me and then he tipped me like $10 to put skiffs in it. And I never saw it. Like I didn't see the tip thing or whatever. So he didn't get any skiffs. Oh man. Yeah, definitely don't do that. I can't keep track of chats that good, as you can tell, because it's probably behind. I don't have the money, and by the time I will, I'm sure they will be gone, unfortunately. Well, they are gone already. I think. Aren't they gone already? Does he still have the polished ones? Kara is my daughter. Maria is my... I got it right. Sucker. I got it right. Chill. I got it wrong. Chill. Sorry. Titanium Growler, what is absolutely the best? Punches way above its price point. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, man. So I will go ahead and order a 7th one here in the next day or two, Lion. And if you can't get one, I'll sell it to you. Can get 8 through Kev. Sell it to get 8 through Kev? What the hell you say? Well, he was talking about the small boy, not the growler, I think. Right? Weren't you talking about the small boy? I think he was talking about the small boy. I only mentioned it because I actually have both versions of the small boy with the polished blade. I was gonna sell them on the whatnot tomorrow. Yes, Snuggles, that's his name. Snuggles. It's a great mascot, for real. Member for 28 months, Kevin Smith. Dude, yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. You gonna do my boy like that? No. Fireworks. Thank you. Hey, somebody fire this Google. Sup, dog? I think he's talking to Kevin Smith, but whatever. I'm gonna pretend he was talking to me. Look at that. I caught up. Yo, Rob, what up, dog? Kevin, what? Can I buy a polished one? You can on the whatnot. I don't know. Now I feel bad, man, because I was gonna sell them on there, but I kind of want to sell it to you because you're asking. Damn it! Why I gotta have a conscience? Why do I have to have a conscience? Maybe I will, Rob. Just hit me up. Just hit me up. I do have one of each, so I could sell you one, and then I'll have the other one for tomorrow. Since Lion doesn't need it or want it. I was talking about the small boy, but the growler is dope too. Yeah. See, he was talking about the small boy. That's why I mentioned it, because I actually have them. I was going to say, I could probably help you out. But it doesn't look like I will have them for very long. Have you lost some weight? Looking good, my man. Me? I don't think so, actually. I've been eating a lot of ice cream sandwiches lately. I think maybe I should be putting on weight, but I don't know. Maybe. It is summer, so I'm out there sweating my face off with the kids. Oh, boy. And I'm picking up kids constantly. Dude, my arms be staying buff, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pick up a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old all the time. Well, he's almost 2. Carrying their asses around. Oh, we're doing I'm going to do this giveaway very soon. So anybody who wants to get in on the giveaway, there's a pinned comment in the chat. Go to that and enter the giveaway. If you do not have a membership at Drop Beacon, you need an account there to get in on the giveaway. You can get a free one, or you can go to the link in the description where you can get a free pro membership for a year from me, and then you can enter whatever you want to do, but you don't have to pay anything. Yeah, I like their giveaway system because it'll email everybody who enters, and it'll tell them, I think it'll tell them who won. It'll be like, nah, you didn't win, dog, but this guy won. Or it'll tell you the number that won. And then it emails the person who won, and it has a little form so they can put their address in, and then that goes to me. And then I know where to ship it. It's kind of cool. You know what I was thinking the other day? It's kind of weird that polish is spelled the same way as Polish, right? Isn't it? It's spelled exactly the same way. So if you're polish, I don't know. I just think that's weird. Like, why is it spelled exactly the same but pronounced totally different? Just something I was thinking about for no reason. Now you're making me want a growler. Yeah, you got to choose, man. Or you get both. That's the best way to do it. Oh, shit. What? Uh-oh. I did something. Oh, I hit the thing up. What? No, don't switch to that computer. Fucked up. I think the Growler B3 is better than my Sebenza 31 and my XM24. Neither one is close to the Growler. Woo, shit, dude. Somebody go tell Tim Reeves and Rick Hinder. Somebody go tell him he got competition up in here. They're going to be like, well, but that's made in China. Like, yep, it is. That's why it's half the price. We can't get any of you motherfuckers to make us knives in the United States. No, I have a lot of respect for U.S. knife makers because it is extremely difficult. You got to do it yourself. And a lot of these guys are doing it themselves. So really happy that that is a thing. We just need more. And then we need a shop that will make stuff for people. Oh, yeah, can't help you with that one. You can get a titanium small boy at White Mountain Knives, but the polished ones are all gone unless Kevin has one. Hey, I will say, dude, oh, wait, you probably want the polished blade. I was going to say I did just put in a big order of accent kits for the small boy. We have to wait like a month, but I'm going to have a full restock of accent kits. And I got some fun colors that, like if you have a dark mode, I got some teal accents. I told Eric at Blade Binge, I was like, do you want to sell the teal accent kits? Because I got some on this order. But he didn't want to. Like, why do you hate the fucking teal accents, dude? You know, he just won't put the goddamn teal accents on the dark mode. I want him to do it so bad. So anyway, we'll have some of those. And I also got teal crystal tie. At least I ordered that. We'll see what I actually get. I made up some stuff. I made up teal, and I made up blurple, and I made up bronze crystal tie. So we're going to see what happens. If they can actually anodize crystal tie to bronze, teal, and blurple, it's going to be awesome. And I ordered Timascus. So we usually order Zircuti. But this time I was like, shit, I'll order some Timascus. So I did like some of each. So we'll have Zircuti and Timascus for the small boy. And I think I ordered some DLC polish. So what I was going to say is you could get the White Mountain one and then wait for the kits. And then you could probably slap DLC polish on there. But you wouldn't have the blade. So, you know, there's that. Wouldn't mind teal for the saloon dark mode. Yeah, you just wouldn't be able to replace the backspacer. But the collars and the clip should swap out just fine. Which, you know, I don't know. Like, do you care about the backspacer? Like, if that was the one thing that wasn't colored, I'd probably be fine. I like the collars and the clip and the studs on the small boy, but you know, I do like the backspacer though, because the small boy has the longer backspacer. I want to start doing that on other models, running the backspacer further up, but it does change some things, and then you can't have the blade sit as far down. It's a whole thing. I'll tell them both. I don't care. I'll hit them with the Trump, China, China, China. I love U.S. knife makers too, but the quality to price just isn't even close anymore, other than like the Bel Air. Yeah, the Bel Air is nice, actually. There's some stuff. But yeah, I agree. Well, everyone, I really have to close my eyes. Have to be up. Yeah, I'm going to close this sucker out. Which small boy version was most popular? I wanted the DLT version, but it's sold out in minutes. Yeah, I would say the DLC polish, the Urban Cutlery polish ones, probably the Zircuitai one. I think he calls it the fancy pants. That one sold out really quick. Both of the DLT ones sold out lightning fast. I think the DLC tie probably sold out faster. We always sell out the Wakandas like super fast too. So it was one of those, probably the fancy one or the DLT one would be my guess. But then the dark mode sold out. He had 200 of those suckers. He sold those out on the first day, I think. So I don't know, man. I was surprised that we sold that many small boys on the drop. Like, I was really worried about having a run that big. But I guess that's one of the nice things about having all these dealers, right? They all have their own customer base. And then having all the different versions, there's a lot of people who want more than one. I just was surprised at how many small boys moved or have moved already. You know what I mean? Like, not all of them are sold, but I haven't had a single dealer like hit me up complaining that they have too many left or anything like that. They've all been super happy with it. So just grateful to you guys for the support. I bought one of, see? Thank you, dude. Thank you. That's awesome. I just bought a Wakanda 15 minutes ago. Oh, did you get it from Razor Edge? What is it? Razor Sharp AZ? Or I don't know. So here's what we did with the versions that we had. My plan with those was we sold about half of them to like other dealers. So there's a lot of like smaller dealers that hit us up and they want to get knives, but they can't or they don't want to order 50 for an exclusive, right? Either that's just not something they want to do, where they have to figure out what color and all this shit, or they just they can't handle 50 knives to sell or whatever. And you know, there's dealers who want like 2 of each knife. And I don't like turning away dealers who want to come give me money. And who could be a relationship that we build towards more stuff in the future, right? So like maybe I'm only selling him 6 knives right now, but next time he might buy 12, and the next time he might buy 24, and then he blows up and then he's ordering hundreds, right? Whatever. Plus I just like working with people. So anyway, the way I looked at it was about half of them that we had, we sold off to dealers, different dealers all over the place. Like some went to Blade HQ, but some of them went to, you know, Joe Schmo's knife shop, right? And I figured that those guys would have them a little bit longer. So like we did the drop and then we sold out of, we're sold out of all of them now, but you could still get one if you go to the right place, right? You can find it. And that's kind of what I was thinking. So instead of having them all on our website, and maybe we could have sold them all in a couple weeks, I don't know. But then I would have people coming to me being like, oh, I really wanted this. Why don't you have more, right? It's that whole thing. I tried to avoid that. So I figured spreading it out. And then when people ask me, I go, hey, have you checked out this dealer? And then they go there and they can get it. So it also helps those guys out. So yeah, really appreciative to all the dealers that have hit us up to get some knives. Because I think that helped. And it was a good way to do it. I know the titanium growlers went within. Yeah, the titanium ones were the hotness, man. They were flying. That was pretty cool. Carbon ones will sell out. Well, so my plan with the growler, I'll tell you guys this and then I'll shut up. So get in on the giveaway if you haven't yet, because I'm going to pull it in like 5 minutes. So with the growler, we ordered 50 of each version and we had 10 versions. So there was 500 knives, right? Which if you hear me telling you about the small boy and how we had 1,200 of those, it sounds like it's like a small order, right? But 500 knives is a lot of knives. Like usually the minimum order on something with a decent steel and handle is going to be 300. And that's usually, I feel like, what people order. They order like 300 knives. But on the growlers, they've been popular. So like I wanted to have more than that, obviously. Like the growler XLs, I think we had 400. The mini growlers, we had 400. So I thought we'd go to 500 on the V3. We do 5 versions and we do 2 steels, right? But the difference is you have one dealer selling them. So these are only available at White Mountain Knives. With the small boy, there's more than twice as many knives, but we had 15 dealers that had them. So we had everybody and their mom advertising it leading up to the drop, right? And that makes a huge difference. You can sell way more knives that way. DLT, Blade HQ, Blade City, Blade Binge, TPK, White Mountain, all those guys, they all have their own customer base. There's a lot of overlap. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys have bought stuff from all those places, but most of those places have their own kind of like dedicated customer base that loves to buy at DLT, or they love to buy shit at Blade City. You know, they're always on their whatnot stream or whatever. So when they all have 100 of these, a couple hundred of these, 50 of these, whatever, you can sell those. You can sell a lot more that way by spreading it out. But you take 500 and put it in one place, right? That one place can only advertise so much leading up to a drop. So on the growler, what I thought would happen was exactly what happened, except I thought maybe the carbon would sell out first. I thought the carbon would go and then the titanium would take a couple weeks to kind of filter out. And that's pretty much what happened. It's just going to be the opposite. Titanium sold out, and these carbon ones will slowly sell in the next couple weeks, and they'll be gone. And I think that's perfect because you have the people who want one, they got one on the first day. And then the people who like kind of know about it, they might want one, they're thinking about it, they'll get one in the next couple weeks before they're gone, and then we're good. You know, you'll just have a few people here and there who find out about the knife later because they come into the knife world, they see a video and they're like, oh, I want that knife. And then they can't get it and they're bummed out. We've all been there. But for the most part, we're taking care of everybody who wants one. And we don't have a ton left. And we didn't have way too little. It's kind of like, I think we hit the sweet spot on the exclusive model with that one. But that's what I was thinking. Anybody secure the Thunderbird drop? Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I pulled they sent me a Thunderbird V. There's a couple of people who said they got one. Oops, we're talking about no, dude, we can talk about whatever. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Divo because you know, I'm part of Divo. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about anything else. So don't, you know, there's no rules here. You're going to have to hire support personnel for Divo. Nah, before we do that, we're going to go full time. We both want to go full time. We just have to get to where we can do it. Because if we start paying ourselves enough to go full time now, then we have to, we won't have enough money, I think, to keep the ball rolling. You know, it would be a lot slower and then we'd probably stall out. And B, we'd have to raise the prices, right? Those would be our options. We either slowly grind it down until we have no money left, because like just the way math works on two guys full time, we would need a lot more cash coming in to be able to sustain what we need to keep that going. Or we have to raise the prices, right? So now we got to sell $300 knives instead of $230 or whatever. And we don't want to do that, you know? So we're trying to kind of build up how much we're selling and try to find our way there. And so far we're on pace. Like, it's good. It's been great, actually. So that's the goal. Hopefully in the next, year or two, we can both shift over to full time. But yeah, we wouldn't need to hire anybody because we would hire ourselves, basically. All right, let's pull this giveaway because I'm about to get off on another tangent. Sorry about that, guys, but I guess if you're still here, you don't mind the tangents. Sorry, that was funny. So the giveaway that we have here, let me, come on. Nope. Why won't it? There we go. The giveaway that we have here is for the Vinto 2 from Takray. So it's got this little button lock and you got the knife on there. It's chisel ground, so you can't cut yourself when it's closed like this. You got a carabiner, and then you got a seatbelt cutter, and I think it's a bottle opener too. It might do some other stuff. But that's the Vinto 2 you can put on your keys. I have the Godiga flashlight. This is the version with the RGB, the spotlight, and the UV light, I'm pretty sure. White light, cool white, UV light, RGB. Yeah. So this is that. And then we have a Divo Knives desk mat. So this rolls out. It's like 2 feet long. You can use it with a keyboard and a mouse. I love this. Have one on my desk. They're on the website, by the way. If there's any left, they're on there under the swag section. So that's the giveaway. I'm going to pull the winner here. Let me go back to whatever the right one is here. Let's figure this out. There we go. All right. I'm going to refresh it one time. So in case anybody just got added, we got 91 entries, 13 new signups. Cool. And we're going to draw them winners. We're going to draw them winners right now. One winner, but I'm going to draw that shit. You get a little jackpot going here. Number 36. Who is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Level on up, dude. Hell yeah. Shout out to Level on Up. Level on Up was the guy who he helped us name the saloon. So shout out to him. We got a couple comments in here. I always forget about that. He says, thanks, Bubba. Thank you so much. And moo. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Just so you guys know, if you're not aware of how Drop Beacon works, they do have giveaways running all the time. So like right now, there's it says this drawing is ended. The next one is live. So here you go. You can go enter the novel carry axle titanium bolt action fidget giveaway, I guess. Yep. The drawing's in 18 hours. Did I just enter on accident? Okay. No, right here, enter drawing. So you can get in on that. They always have different giveaways going on. I just got, I talked to White Mountain Knives. They're sending a Pony Stout V2 for giveaway. So there's going to be a Pony V2 up for giveaway as well. There's a spinner here. Here's another one, the Octang Red King. That's a sign-up sale, sorry. So if you're looking to get one of these, you can sign up, see if you get a spot, $60. That's what a sign-up sale is, by the way. You also have pre-orders. Let's see. Damn. Pre-order Insider Triple Threat. This thing is there's 140 entries on this for $375. Damn, son. 291 entries. Hell yeah, dude. Anyway, you can get in on that stuff on Drop Beacon. Check it out. They also have a really sweet setup so you can look up any product in the EDC world and find where you can get it. You get a discount code applied and that kind of shit. They have a pocket dump section where you can share your pocket dumps. They have a secondary section where you can sell shit. You can also look up prices on secondary to get an idea for stuff before you sell it. Just a ton of features on Drop Beacon, so check them out. And they're just good peeps. So, is Level on up here? Yep, here he is. Awesome, dude. You're going to get an email from Drop Beacon. Just check your junk in case it goes there. And it's going to have a form so you can fill it out and put your address and shit. And that'll come to me, and then I can ship this stuff out to you. So thank you, dude. I've never known that there are tie pens out there that cost $500. What in the world of sports is going on? I mean, same thing people say about knives, guns. I mean, it's all the same shit. It's just a matter of who will pay for what. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, that's it. Come out tomorrow night for the Whatnot stream. Again, it'll be on Whatnot. And I'll be selling a bunch of shit that I have over there. I got all kinds of knives. I'll tell you right now, I got Kershaw's. Yeah, I got a bunch of Bel Air XLs. They sent me like 4 or 5 or 6 different ones a while ago. And I have most of them still here that I'm going to sell to you guys. So they're basically brand new. So I got Bel Airs. I got Vosteeds. Yeah, it looks like I got a bunch of Vosteeds. I got a few fidgets. I've got Kaisers. I've got, looks like Katuo. I have a Flytanium. I have, what else I got? Pheromonster, Rosecraft. I got, I think I've got, I got a couple of Urban EDC Jibs. The Mini F5.5. Sick knife. I think they might even be like prototypes, but they're like production quality because it's Riot. Kaiser. Yeah, I got all types of shit, guys. I got a couple of red dots randomly. They're ones that I tested, so that they're not brand new, but you're going to be able to bid on it and get it for cheap as shit. Yeah, lots of stuff. Flashlights. I got a bunch of flashlights too. So come check out the sale tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Whatnot. it'll be a good time. You'll hear me talk constantly. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys. I don't have a lot of fixed blades, but I definitely have some. I remember there being a few Kaiser ones. I don't know what else there is, but there's at least a couple fixed blades. Yeah. I don't have any Grimsmos, sorry. But I will have Divos. So I do plan to have a few small boys. I have one Nip prototype I want to sell. Nip V2 prototype, technically. I'm sure there's a couple other ones that I'll find that I want to sell. So there'll be some Divos in there too. So anyway, that's it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Really appreciate you. You guys are awesome. And I'll either see you tomorrow night or I will see you next week. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. No, Seth, there's no discount code that I know of on Razor Sharp. Sorry. They might have one. You can reach out to them and ask, but not that I know of. So, peace.